Juego en el chat con Bwana episodio 39.
Welcome to Game Chat with Bwana, your source for gaming news and reviews. Now, here's Bwana McCall.
This Game Chat with Bwana. Episodio 39. I suck at Spanish. This is Game Chat 1, episode 39, coming at you live. This is December. I don't know what happened in November. Suddenly it's December and the end of 2011. We were just singing Happy New Year, and now it's time to sing it again because the year is over. It is December 5th, 2011, Monday night. We're here at 6 p.m. Live.Bwana.tv and at Twitch.tv. Live.Bwana.tv and at Twitch. Live.Bwana.tv and the Twitch.tv/Bwana. We're going to sing the whole show like this so that I don't make no mistake. Twitch.tv/Bwana. We're here every Monday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I am making this very, very difficult, and it is not Game Chat with Bwana. This what we do here at Game Chat with Bwana is that we talk about the latest week of gaming news, and that is about 7 days. 7 days, and we talk about the last 7 days of gaming news. We try to find the best of the stuff on the interwebs, and then sometimes you guys, and I think it's most of the time, you guys find more stuff, and you augment. I didn't ask for this. You guys augment my stories with your stories, and you post them over at Bwana.tv/forums. You can go over to my forum over there, Bwana.tv/forums. You can communicate with me and other community members, and you can post those stories. And we talk about all that stuff, and then we end the show with title time. Yes, that's where you guys come up with titles. And I was watching one of my old videos, and I was doing a podcasting 101 tutorial. Now, it was very, very motivating for me because I was like, oh, I want to podcast again because I sound so important and I'm saying important things and people listen to me and it's all great. But one of the things I said in there, which I thought was hilarious, is that I was talking about my audio podcast at the time, Bwana.org radio. And I said one of the hardest parts was coming up with a title. Wink, wink. So now we have title time here at Game Chat with Bwana. So without further ado, no more nostalgia. We're going to go ahead and get started with today's show. And for our first story, we're going to talk about Ezio. Ezio. He's easy to say. This guy's from Assassin's Creed. And one of the things that kind of shocked me because I just never thought about these two games in the same sentence. Assassin's Creed, Final Fantasy 13-2. Just never even conceived it. That's like me saying Battlefield 3 and Clue. They just, no, they just don't mix. So I was kind of weirded out when I saw that the two games were going to be combining some elements, and then basically in the form of a DLC coming to Final Fantasy 13-2, you're going to be able to wear the Ezio costume in Final Fantasy 13-2, and this is kind of what you're going to look like in the game. I think that's pretty much very similar to the original, don't you think? It's got some subtle differences, but it's got the same look and feel. So I guess, yeah. Final Fantasy 13-2 is going to be getting DLC costumes. Let's hope these things aren't. Let's hope they cost $0. Because I don't like DLC coming to Final Fantasy in the form of costumes. Because I don't know. It's like that. Costumes and Final Fantasy is like the same as Assassin's Creed and Final Fantasy. They don't kind of mix yet in my brain. I guess that's going to be one of those things I'm going to have to get used to. I guess. But from what I can see right now, this looks pretty authentic, And those of you who are going to be getting Final Fantasy 13-2 and you like Assassin's Creed, you'll be able to get this costume shortly after the release of Final Fantasy 13-2. Check this story out, guys. This is over on PlayStationLifestyle.net. They got the details over there. Now, let's talk about Shepard. Those of you who've never played Mass Effect have no idea what I'm talking about. Shepard is the main character for the Mass Effect series, Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2, and he's going to be in Mass Effect 3 in both male and female form. So, I saw this video over at the BioWare Pulse podcast, which is very, very entertaining if you're into Mass Effect or even if you're not. And they went over some of the new combat features of Mass Effect 3 that are going to be coming out. I think you should watch this video when you get a chance because it shows off some of the new heavy melee features. And they feature some things like, I think one of the classes had like a simple knockback, and I think the engineer had a fire ability, so he'd hit somebody with fire, and I think it would reduce their armor. So it was like every class had its own special type of melee. And I also seen some other things that interested me, like you could drop turrets, and the enemy is able to drop turrets and things like that. So it looks like it's going to be refined and it's going to be improved from what's over Mass Effect 2. And some of the skills they're bringing from Mass Effect 2, so it's not going to be all new stuff. But they were showing in this video most of the melee, heavy melee abilities that they've kind of reinvented for all the different classes. So I haven't played this game yet. And I've played a little bit of Mass Effect 1. Here we go. Here we go. Bwana's going to be ashamed. I played a little bit of Mass Effect 1 and I haven't played Mass Effect 2 yet. But I started Mass Effect 1 and I hated the control system. So I stopped and I rage quit and I uninstalled the game. And I got Mass Effect 2 on like a deal for like $5 or something on Steam. Didn't play that either. Mass Effect 3 looks good though. Perhaps I'll buy that and not play that too. Sounds like a plan? Let's go for it. This is over on joystick.com, guys. Check it out. It's a nice video showing off a lot of the new features in Mass Effect 3. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. And maybe I'll even get to play the game. We shall see. We shall see. Now, from the Department of the Derp, Bness, Skyrim's patch, 1.2 patch came out. And supposed to address a lot of issues. And as we see with a lot of different patches, things get fixed, things get improved, things even get faster. But you have those rare occasions. I mean, this like never happens. Those rare occasions where the patch breaks something else. In this case, dragons are going backwards in life. They are failing. This patch hilariously makes the dragons fly backwards. I was funnified. If I was funny and then it was I-fied at the end, that would be me. I was funny-ified. It was like I got hit in the face with a freaking hilarious pie. I can't believe this got through QA. You gotta watch the video to believe it. You're gonna be like, there's this Jackie Chan meme that's going around, and I play it. I've been playing Battlefield this whole weekend, and every time I like die in a weird way, I put it up there, and he's like, that's the face you're gonna make. That is the face you're gonna make when you actually watch this. Oh boy. According to this article, there's also new bugs. It says, as awful as that appears, Crazy backwards dragons are the least of the new bugs introduced by patch 1.2. Bethesda forums have been aflutter with players complaining of resistances no longer functioning as advertised, making the game much harder for those who are relying on such gear. So you got like fire resistance or lightning resistance, and fire mob comes up and just burns you to death. And you're like, man, I want my money back. This doesn't work anymore. Books not showing up on shelves, mannequins disappearing when armor is placed on them has also been reported. PS3 still has lag issues. So Bethesda still has some work ahead of them. Even though this game is getting accolades, those of you who've played any Bethesda game, at least on the PC in the past, can attest that this is the norm. Sadly, this is the norm when it comes to Bethesda games. They make really good games, but I don't know what they get to test them. I'm not going to say who. I don't know what they get to test these games, because they always have problems. So check it out, guys. This is over on escapismagazine.com. They got the details about all these different bugs that the new Skyrim patch has introduced, including backwards flying dragons.
Game Chat with Bwana is recorded live before a worldwide audience every Monday night. You can participate by suggesting news stories. Just register an account in our forums at bwana.tv/forums.
Okay, now we're going to talk about Tribes of Sin, and this is actually very, very good news. This past weekend was the NASL Season 2 Finals, and it consisted of a lot of things, including some Heroes of Newerth and some, I think it was Heroes of Newerth there, and some StarCraft. A lot of different people watched and played. I'm not going to drop spoilers just yet. But NASL I think it's towards the bottom of the big tournaments now. It started off with a lot of hype, but it's kind of climbing its way up because IPL and DreamHack and all these other big tournaments, GSL, are kind of taking a limelight. But they're going to be adding their first-person shooter to the NASL professional esports competition scene, and it's going to be a game that I adore. Oh, Bwana sings the praises to the Tribes of Sin. He has already done 2.6 videos on Tribes of Sin, and it's something that you should check out. Go to youtube.com/iobuffer. You'll find my videos on Tribes of Sin there. It's currently in closed beta, guys, and I'm a big Tribes fan. I played a lot of it in the past, and I was really excited when they announced this free-to-play reboot of Tribes of Sin. So I'm going to be very, very into this. This has re-sparked my interest into NASL. This is exactly what I think they need, because this game is not out yet. It's fresh. It's in closed beta. And if you play the game, you can definitely, it's a team-based game. Lots and lots of action, lots and lots of strategy. I've talked about it all the time. The mechanics are a lot easier than the old Tribes, but I think that'll help in what's going to be happening with Tribes of Sin. It's going to be very, very cool. So what my interest meter into NASL was dropping, over time. Now it's kind of got a little kick in the butt, and it's rising and rising and rising because they're adding a very good first-person shooter in Tribes of Sin, guys. Check this out. This is over on pc.gamespy.com. They got the details about this. I am looking forward to this Season 3 of NASL, which is the North American Star League, in case you're wondering what that stands for. Season 3 of NASL will be featuring Tribes of Sin first-person shooter. Now, speaking of first-person shooters, I want to just give a small golf clap and a round of applause. I see what you did there. To Battlefield 3, which has sold every English teacher that has taught me is now hanging their head in shame. They're watching Game Chat on Bwana and they go, Bwana, it's not sold. You got that wrong on that test. I tried to correct you, but it's sold. The past tense of sell is sold, Bwana. I failed as a teacher. But then they got over it. Battlefield 3 sells through 8 million of 12 million total shipped So congratulations to EA. They moved a lot of copies of this game, and this is a very big deal for this franchise. I really think this is a huge success. I'm pretty sure DICE is celebrating. It says, as with most major game launches, both the shipped and sold amounts of the game have dropped significantly since launch. That happens, with 2 million being pushed from retail from EA in the month of November versus 10 million in the first week. So the game's first big expansion is coming out tomorrow. We're going to be talking about that. But they moved another 3 million, making the total 8 million. So 8 million people are now killing each other on the battlefield. Very, very cool. I guarantee they got a big boost from the Black Friday sales. The game was like $30. And I'm telling you, I'll put 60 hours into this game already. It's worth 3 times as much. It is definitely worth more than that $30, man. And that was a huge sale. I think a lot of you jumped on that sale. And I've been playing a lot of it this past weekend. And let's just go ahead and talk about the next story, which is about the expansion, which is coming out tomorrow for the PS3 and a week later for us on the 360 and the PS3, December 13th. Now, this Back to Karkand expansion, if you will, I don't want to call it DLC like Joystick calls it here. The expansion, it arrives tomorrow, and it's going to add quite a bit. Now, most times you hear about a DLC or expansion, and this was going to cost $15 for those of you who didn't pre-order the limited or buy the limited edition. The limited edition is going to get this free. This particular expansion is packed. It is packed. Now, granted, it's going to have a lot of old maps, which have already been done. So you can argue that whole thing that, oh, it's just rehashed material. But these are the community favorite maps that most major Battlefield players want. They really, really want these maps. They talk about them all the time. It's always being brought up on forums about how people want to play Gulf of Oman. They want to play Karkand, and Wake Island. They want to play Wake Island as well. So those maps are all going to be included, but it's also going to include a lot of new weapons. It's going to include a lot of new vehicles. When I say a lot, I mean more than one. So it's going to be packed with stuff. And these weapons will carry over to the other maps as well. You're not going to be segmented off with these new items. So if you get a gun from Karkand, you'll be able to use it in the existing maps. So I am looking forward to this. Very much so. I even crossed my brain. I was like, maybe I should buy the PS3 version just so I can play Karkand early. Then I'll sell the game back. That literally went through my head. I was like, oh, perhaps I can find the funds to buy the PS3 version before tomorrow, and then I can download the DLC and stream it and make enough money from the stream to pay for the game again. And then I can justify that purchase, because having 2 copies of the game is not really a terrible thing when it comes to Battlefield 3. I do want to support DICE and those guys over there at DICE and DA, because they do such fabulous work. And I think as a player of the game, and I put so many hours into the game, I could go ahead and buy another copy of the... You know, that's what goes on in the brain. I apologize for that. Battlefield 3 Back to Karkand expansion arrives PS3 December 6th, 316 PS3 on December 13th. The patch. Now, I didn't link this here. Let's talk about the patch. There is a patch that the PS3 already has right now. Water. Swallow. There's a patch that the PS3 already has right now. They got it last week, and we're going to get it tomorrow, along with the Xbox 360. And I have dubbed this patch Nerf. This patch is going to nerf everything. All the guns are getting nerfed. The IR scope is getting nerfed. The mortars are getting nerfed. A bunch of you guys went onto the forums on Battlelog and complained. And complain, and complain, and complain, and complain, and complain, and complain. DICE took it to heart. Because if you look at the patch notes, I don't have them linked. Somebody may link them in the user submitted stories. But if you look at the patch notes, it's definitely a nerf of a patch. You nerf herder. But we're going to be playing that. I'm going to be looking forward to it because it's going to have some other changes that I'm welcoming. Now the chat, on the PC, let me explain this. On the PC, we have a chat box because we can type with the keyboard. And not that you guys can't type with the keyboard on the mouse. I mean, with the, my wife opened the door, kind of distracted me, but sorry about that. It's 360 PS3, you guys can type, but we got a text box, we had a chat box. Okay. So EA DICE EA, Battlefield 3 developers managed to put the chat box right here. Imagine you're watching Game Chat with Bwana with your right eye just with text. Like I put the just imagine the chat on the screen, like on the right side, cover my face and half the stories. The chat is covering half the screen. It's in a terrible spot. It looks like it was just thrown on the screen. No thought was put into it. And every time I stream the game, people are going, like, people come from the consoles. They're like, what's up with that chat box? Could you move that chat box? And I'm like, I know. I want to move it, but I can't. We can't disable it. We can't move it. So one of the patch notes items that's coming out tomorrow is that the chat box has been made easier to read. Easier to read. Readability wasn't a problem. But we'll see what they actually do because nobody's actually seen this yet on what they're going to do. Maybe they'll make it more compact or smaller or removable. Because if you play at a resolution below like 1020, like 1920 by 1080, if you play below that resolution, it's just in the way. Now, if you play at higher resolutions, then yeah, it's kind of small and out of the way. But lower resolutions, like I play at 720p, it's just blah, all in the face. So check it out, guys. This is over on joystick.com. It has the Back to Karkand expansion. I may add the patch notes to the links if you guys want me to. But check it out. They got the details over there.
Please support Game Chat with Bwana by turning off your ad blocking software.
Okay. Minecraft. I'm talking about Minecraft has had a change of the guard. The Minecraft lead developer Notch, formerly developer Notch, has passed the baton, the flag, the proverbial diamond pickaxe over to his partner in crime, Jeb. So Notch has handed over the keys to the Jeep. He has given him the piece of chicken, the last piece of chicken. I don't even know what it comes from. He has given him his hat. Also, anyway, Notch is no longer the Minecraft lead designer. Jeb is. We, as a Minecraft community, and I think I speak for all of us, have no problem with this decision because Jeb has really done a good job since he's come on board. Those of us who was there before he came and after noticed a jump in quality of the game once he got there. It didn't take long at all. So it's really going to be a really good thing. I think Minecraft is in good hands. If anybody's worried, you guys tell them Bwana said, don't be worried. because Jeb is going to take care of this game. He's going to make it stable. He's going to add a lot of cool things. And not leaving the company or anything, not just going to be taking on new projects. I imagine he's going to probably start on a new game. He's on this. I've been following Notch's Twitter. He's been on vacation a long time, and he's kind of getting antsy. He wants to start back coding, and I think that's a sign of a good developer. A good developer really likes to code. So Notch is getting antsy. He wants to get back into coding. He's been playing games. He's like, I'm tired of playing games. I want to go code now. But Jeb is going to start working on the mod API. He said that should be out by March. So those modifications that we love and adore so much on the multiplayer side of Minecraft will probably be getting better mod support, and you might see some more robust mods, some really cool things being created by the community. So there you go. Notch is no longer Minecraft lead designer. Check it out, guys. Rock Paper Shotgun has the details over here. Now we're on the indie game front, and a game I haven't talked about in a long time, a really long time, has had its biggest updates yet. Terraria. A lot of people compared this game to Minecraft when it came out because it had that same addictive appeal. It really captivated you. There was a lot of random stuff with it. But this patch has added so much stuff that it's almost a brand new game now. There's 36 new monsters. The underworld has a new master called the Wall of Flesh. And there's just all kinds of things that have been added. New NPCs will spawn, worms, and just lighting. And I'm just trying to get these the highlights here. 4 new armor sets, mannequins, wrenches, wire cutters. So they got like a redstone wire system going on now. Pressure plates, switches, timers, music boxes to record and play in-game music, pumps to transport liquids. It's so much stuff. And I think if you guys have really, written off this game, it was on sale. You missed the sale. It was like $2.50. You should try it now. My problem, I'm praising the game. This is a great patch, guys. Please check it out. Buy the game. You're going to really enjoy yourself. My problem with Terraria at the moment is the replayability factor. You just tear through the content. It's addictive. It's a really addictive game, but you tear through the content. You just rip through it. You get all the armor. You get all the items. You build a massive house, and then you go to sleep. And after that, you kind of lose your motivation to keep playing. You lose that drive. So once you mine out the world, once you get everything built, then it's like just there. Only thing that happens is monsters spawn and drop the same stuff that you already have. There's really no reason to keep playing because the worlds are static. They're adding new things, but I'm hoping that this patch will give it more replayability than it had before, because I really liked the game, but I just didn't want to go back and play it because I was like, I got everything. Why should I go back and play? Okay, I'll get everything again, and then I'll stop, and then I'll get everything again on the next patch, and I'll stop. So one of the features that I wanted them to add was like respawning, just respawning areas or regenerate, like a world that expands. Like when you go out, like in Minecraft, the world just keeps on going. So when you mine it out, you can just go explore and go somewhere else. This world is static, so it just sits there. So that's my problem with Terraria. It's still a great game, but I think I may have just played it too much. Maybe that's the problem. And that's not a bad problem to have with a game. If you go to the developer and like, I hate your game, I played it too much, and they'll go, okay, thanks. But this is all of the different things that were added to the Terraria update. Check it out, guys. This is over in the Steam news. They got the patch notes. It's also all over the web as well. Now we're going to end it with kind of a sad note in my stories, but kind of a sad note. One of my favorite indie blogs Game Set Watch, and I've talked about their stories on here more than once. It's going on an indefinite or permanent hiatus. He wrote the final post on the site basically saying in this thing that, why are we stopping? We are seeing an increased overlap with sister site indiegames.com, which I have talked about on here as well. Just in terms of some of the best material out there being indie related. So Danny is going to go blog over there. So it's not all bad news. We're still going to have our indie games, just not a Game Set Watch. We're going to go over to indiegames.com. While Eric comes back to help us a bit more in the mothership game Gamasutra. He just talks about more and more things. So sad to see him go. I hate to see websites that I read often and that I follow, really stop and go under. Even though I haven't read Game Set Watch in probably like over 2 weeks, it's still sad to see him go. You're just going to miss the site. So check it out, guys. They got the details over there at GamePolitics.com. Over there by R.I.P. Game Set Watch. We miss you. Now, we're going to move on to our user-submitted stories that you guys have submitted. It is now 6:36. I am right on time. Man, I hit that 30-minute mark like right on the button. So we're going to go over to the user-submitted stories over on our forum at Bwana.tv/forums, and we're going to talk about that.
Game Chat with Bwana is recorded live before a worldwide audience every Monday night. You can participate by suggesting news stories. Just register an account in our forums at Bwana.tv/forums.
Okay, our user-submitted stories. Like I said at the beginning of the show, I talk about my stuff. I had 9 stories tonight. You guys are going to submit your stuff over at Bwana.tv/forums under my Bwana TV section. It's under Bwana Shows, Bwana TV, and it's the latest link called Episode 39 Links. You can find the links that we're going to be talking about right now over there, as well as the links that I previously talked about in the show. Now, first story comes from Endless, and he says, Mojang is tapping fans for an official Minecraft Lego project. Okay. So Minecraft is tapping fans for an official Lego project. And, it's kind of cool because when you explain Minecraft to somebody for the first time, Lego analogies come up. It always gets compared to Legos. It's like, well, you build stuff with blocks, and they go, so it's like Legos. And you go, yeah, kind of is, but with monsters that blow your stuff up. The kind of stuff. And that's what this first sentence says. It says, Minecraft is essentially Lego for computer geniuses. Aw, thank you. I usually don't take compliments, but wow, since you put it that way. Mojang Studios announced this weekend in the middle of a striking deal with Toy Brick Juggernaut to develop Minecraft-themed kits, and it's calling on fans for design ideas. Okay. So, it needs over 10,000 supporters in order to be considered by Lego. Minecraft is about placing blocks to build anything you can imagine in a virtual world. You can build anything you can imagine with Lego bricks in the physical world. So you basically we invite a couple of Lego fans behind the earlier Lego projects. We're interested in your ideas and we'll select the best Lego Minecraft models to join our efforts. So they really need our support to get some support from Lego. It says, if the Minecraft kits become a reality, Mojang says it will donate 1% of its Lego Kuso to charity. Okay. Very, very cool that Minecraft and Lego may be joining forces, depending on our feedback and ideas. Thanks for the story. Endless. Now we're going to move on to Nicholas Fun Stuff. Xfinity Verizon services missed this week's Xbox 60 Dash update. That's Comcast for those of you who are uninitiated with Xfinity. So, yes, that's what it says. The long-awaited Metro, Operation Metro, update to the Xbox 360 dashboard is finally launching this week. But, let's see. Microsoft, a number of Microsoft's recently announced content partners won't be showing up to the party on time. So Xfinity and Verizon and the HBO Go won't be ready. They've given an early 2012 release window for this content. So if you were looking forward to Comcast On Demand and for Verizon Live TV or for the HBO stuff, you're going to be out of gas. But there's a long list of partners. ESPN, of course. Epix, Hulu, of course. Love Film, Netflix, yep. Premium Play, Sky Go, yep. Today, NBC. Later in December, there's going to be more partners. So it's going to be a pretty big update for TV/entertainment purposes for the Xbox Live update, the Metro update. And here we see in early 2012, HBO Go, Xfinity, and Fios TVs down here. Okay. Fios TV will be later in December. All right. So a lot of these content partners that were announced are getting postponed a little bit, if you will. But they are coming. So they'll be here before you know it. So thanks for the update, Nick, on this Xbox 360 update. And the next link is Skyrim. Now let's look at an improved Morrowind instead. Yes. Can't play the video on here for revenue purposes. I don't want to get video takedowns, but Skyrim. Now let's look at an improved Morrowind instead. For all those that are good about Skyrim, blah, blah, blah. So apparently the Morrowind overhaul project is underway. They're giving this game a facelift. And yeah. Does this site have screenshots, perhaps, that we can look at? New Twitter account, new trailer. Screenshots, please. Screenshot, please. Dun, 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 dun. Well, okay. I'll look at it later, but this is cool to see that Morrowind overhaul project is underway. So those of you who are really into Morrowind will probably be interested in this. To get that facelift done on Morrowind, that game you love so much. But you'll probably be playing Skyrim. You're going to be playing Skyrim. Thanks for the link, Nick. Sir Soapy. Okay, before I read that, if you want to watch NASL finals later, stop watching this show now because Soapy's going to drop a spoiler. I didn't even read the headline. I just saw NASL. It's going to be a spoiler. All right? There you go. I hope you laugh. E.G. Puma wins the NASL Season 2 Finals. Evil Geniuses Puma beat out Liquid Hero. It was a very, very interesting match. It was a rematch, actually. These two faced each other, I think, a little bit ago. But Evil Geniuses, they picked up a really good player in Puma. He really is a great Terran player. One of the best I've seen against Protoss in a long time. He just does stuff that you go, how? I know I play a little Terran. I just go, how? How did he beat Liquid Hero 4-2 in the best of 7? He had to go through his teammate Idra, who's also on Evil Geniuses, to get there. So very, very interesting. He beat Mouse Thorzane. There was this big trash talk thing going on between Mouse and Evil Geniuses. So this is StarCraft stuff, guys, over the North American Star League. These are the guys I talked about earlier that are going to be adding Tribes Ascend to their arsenal. So congratulations. He won $100,000 in prize money. Yeah. That'll buy a few monster drinks. Thanks for the story, Sir Soapy. And that Yoshi. Sarams has some links for me. Bethesda announces Skyrim Creation Kit coming in January. Yes. Skyrim Creation Kit. And we're already seeing some mods on the PC. So this is probably going to increase it by tenfold. I didn't play anything, did I? I thought I heard a video playing. Okay. The Elder Scrolls Skyrim hasn't even been on a month yet, and yet users have still created dozens of amazing, useful modifications for the game. Blah, blah, blah. Bethesda Software has announced a creation kit for blah, blah, blah coming January 2012. It will support both Steam Workshop and existing mod databases like our very own Skyrim Forge. Very, very cool. So they're going to be utilizing the Steam Workshop. You guys have seen this. This is where people put custom TF2 items, and some more games are getting Steam Workshop support. So you're going to be able to get some Skyrim mods from there. And yeah. So it's going to support more than one workshop too. This is over on Curse. Thanks for that story. Shrumps. Next story, mandatory BF3 update for PC tomorrow. This is the update we talked about, the patch. 2 gigabyte download will include most of the content for Back to Karkand. So this is going to be mainly the Karkand patch. And I think once Karkand release date hits, they're probably just going to unlock it and add a few more files so that it'll run. They admit that 2 gigabytes is kind of big for a patch / expansion, but considering the amount of material in here, not that big. It says this is not ideal. We aim to make potential DLC content in the future as optional downloads, but this is going to be a mandatory download. So those of you with bandwidth caps, you might want to turn off Origin. You might want to turn off, might not want to play Battlefield until that bandwidth cap is lifted, because you're going to be forced to download a 2 gigabyte patch. And we talked about a lot of the patch things in here. They don't have the patch notes, but yep, that's coming tomorrow for PC and 360. The PS3 already has it. And yeah, there you go. Thanks for the links to ROMs. So, the real Rondo has a story for us. Sony under pressure to lower PlayStation Vita's price after Nintendo cuts. Blah, blah, blah. Da, da, da. So the 3DS version, or the 3DS recently got cut in price. And basically this article is making a case that we really should be seeing a price cut on the Vita. Vita's not out yet, is it? I have not been following it, I'll admit. I don't think Vita's out. I think it needs to come out first before they can cut the price. Oh, wow. Because it's not out yet. It doesn't come out till what, January, February? Till next year. I don't agree with this. I don't think they're under pressure. I don't know. It's competition, yes, but this is a sensationalized article title. I don't think they're under pressure. Yes, the 3DS is going to be lower in price, but Nintendo's not doing so hot either. So they had very, very poor sales to begin with, and they're picking up now. But the Vita is very impressive hardware, so I don't see them lowering the price of that for a while. I was kind of surprised it was that cheap. But thanks for the link, Rondo. About the Vita, might have to lower their price to stay in competition with the 3DS. Okay, Michael McAllister. Why Skyrim might not be working right on PS3. I just fogged my glasses. Okay, I think this is related to the patch we talked about. Fallout New Vegas developer Joshua Sawyer of Obsidian explains in his personal Q&A on ForumSpring that the divided memory pool of the console is problematic for Skyrim's engine. Both Fallout 3 and Skyrim on the PS3 suffer from the same issue, where an increased save file size will cause the game to run poorly. The Xbox 360 has a unified memory pool, and they don't have that problem. The PS3 has a divided memory pool, 256 megs for system and 256 for graphics. It's the same total amount of memory, but not as flexible for a developer to make use of. It says, as with Fallout 3 and Skyrim, the problems are most pronounced on the PS3 because it has a divided memory pool. So those of you curious why the PS3 had those save file problems, could be because of the memory problems or the memory division system with PS3. Thanks for that link, Michael. Okay, rumor, downloaded PSN games on Vita 40% cheaper than retail. This is a rumor. This is a rumor. Sony has hinted in the past that downloaded games on the Vita will be a cheaper option than buying them off the shelves. The scuttlebutt from a recent Sony event is that the savings could be dramatic, 40% for ditching the box. Vita games will be capped off at $39 at retail. Downloading a game at the same price would only cost $23 if this is true. Many gamers gasp at the Vita spendy memory cards. 4 gigabytes, $30, 8 gigabytes, $45, 16 gigabytes, $70, 32 gigabytes, $120. But if these savings, if true, could soften that blow. Yes, these cards are definitely overpriced. But I don't think they're going to do a 40% cut. That's just me. I don't think Sony's going to do that. I don't think they're in position to do that right now. I think they could do something like a $35 or $30, but 23 is just way, way down there. So we'll see what they do. But this is a rumor. Nothing substantiated yet. Thanks for the link, Michael. McAllister, he says, congrats on your Dolphins. I gracefully take my lumps and bruises. Oh, yeah, that's right. The Dolphins did play the Raiders. I forgot he was a Raiders fan until I looked up at the icon. Okay. Last donut. Holy stories.
Please support Game Chat with Bwana by turning off your ad blocking software.
Last donut. Says the PlayStation Vita won't allow browsing while gaming. So, let's get to the meat of this one. PlayStation Vita is deemed the most powerful portable console gaming device. Has a hefty processor, but looks like there's a few boundaries for the most powerful handheld. It won't be able to open a browser while you are in a game. It can launch the friends list, Twitter app, and even the music app while you're playing, so that's good. But it won't be able to launch the internet browser. Probably a memory limitation there. Probably the same as PS3. You'll have to completely quit the game before opening the browser. Now, I don't know about the browser in the PS Vita, but is it a full-blown web browser, or is it WebKit, or is it a mobile browser? Because browsers can consume a lot of resources. So if it's kind of a full browser-ish, kind of like on the PS3, I can see why they did that. Because it probably will slow your game down to a crawl or even crash it. So this is not a huge problem for me if I were looking at this, but some of you probably assume that you could surf the web and hit pause on the game if you want without having to exit the game. So I can understand the frustration behind that. Okay. Thanks for that link. Last donut. And the EFF wants console modding and jailbreaking deemed legal by the DMCA. Electronic Frontier Foundation is seeking to expand exemptions it won last year. And I recall this exemption had to do with jailbreaking. Because jailbreaking was kind of considered legal through some exemptions or a ruling somewhere. I forgot where. And Apple even said that, you know, you can jailbreak all you want. You just break your warranty. But console modding, I don't think, has the same protection. Okay. Yeah, that's what they're saying in this first sentence. Electronic Frontier Foundation is now trying to expand those exemptions. This time around, it's interested in gaining something similar for those who want to mod their video game consoles. Exemptions are considered by the Copyright Office during the rulemaking process, which takes place every 3 years. The exemption is for the DMCA's prohibitions on circumventing They got these things in quotes for some reason. Prohibitions on circumventing digital rights management, or DRM, and other technical protection measures used to protect copyrighted works. The EFF and many others feel that these rules are not used properly, hence the need to seek this out in the first place. So, in essence, they're trying to get modding your console to be included in this exemption, because we can jailbreak our phones now without being litigated under the DMCA, and they want the same thing for console modding. Hopefully, we'll get it, because I think that should fall on it, because it's hobbyists and tinkerers, like they said. I think they mentioned them. You know, they should be able to do that without being, you know, sued. Now, unless there's some kind of a, I don't know, some trade secrets or something like that they don't want people to find out. I don't see why you would sell it. Because you can't prevent people from opening up the box. So I don't know why they would do that. They would have to probably put some serious protections on it. But, you know, the corporations have their IP to protect. That's all they have a lot of the times. And if they lose that, if it gets out, then the company goes under. So you have to look at it from both angles. But we'll see how it pans out. See what they rule on this. How the EFF does. Good article last on that. Okay, Emrandil. Star Wars The Old Republic beta test attracts 2 million players. I didn't even play it. I got a key and I didn't even play it. Too many games. Too many games. Star Wars The Old Republic beta attracts 2 million players. And it recently ended, this beta. And I saw some gameplay. I don't know what it is about this game. I'm just not interested. A lot of people going crazy over. I love Star Wars too. I really do. I love Star Wars a lot. I do. Yes, I love Star Wars. But I look at this game, I don't want to play it. Maybe I might be MMO'd out. I don't know. Or maybe I'll tell you this. I've never really played a lot of Star Wars video games to begin with. That's probably it. I played TIE Fighter. I think I played I think I played a couple on the Xbox. First Xbox. And I played Star Wars Galaxies. So I didn't really play a lot of Star Wars games. So maybe I'm just not interested in the games themselves, but I really like the Star Wars franchise. So yeah. But 2 million players took place in the beta. And of those 2,750,000 unique players jumped in the game over the Thanksgiving weekend alone. So you guys were getting your SWTOR on over the Thanksgiving holiday. So 2 million players. Congratulations to BioWare and EA for getting a lot of attention. Okay, Terra producer confident that the game offers something new. And Terra is another free-to-play, not free-to-play, it's another MMO that's out in Korea now, but it hasn't hit the States yet. He says, if we simply had to clone a successful MMO, I think we'd have a battle on our hands, but we didn't. Says Terra Europe producer Stefan Krippendorf. He's talking, of course, about the inevitable World of Warcraft comparisons that dog every new fantasy MMO. So Terra says it's going to differentiate itself from World of Warcraft. When you dive in the game for the first time, swing a sword, cast a spell, dodge, and weave in combat, you'll be hooked. We'll see about that. I think Terra has what it takes to be a huge success, though, regardless of WoW numbers. So this game is getting a lot of attention. I still don't know if they got a date yet for the United States. But it is currently out, and I've seen a lot of streams for people who've played it from Korea and people who got it in America by gaming the system in Korea. But it's one of those action MMOs where it's got a lot of real-time combat and stuff like that. So look for this to be coming out real soon over here. So Thanks for those, Emeraldil. And now we're going to go to Chewy Niblet. Halo 4 story leaks. Halo 4 story details leaked. My eyes have crossed. There we go. Halo 4 story details leaked. Details regarding the plot. No, I don't want no extension. Details regarding the plot, the setting, and the fate of the characters from the first non-Bungie Halo game have surfaced. Halo 4. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! So, if you don't want to know about Halo 4, mute the stream or stop. 5, 4. Okay, we're going now. Halo 3 ended the trilogy of games with a definite conclusion to the Earth's war against the Covenant and the battle against the Flood, but the costs to Master Chief and his AI companion were high. If you have not played Halo 3, beware spoilers, but in that case, to be fair, you shouldn't be reading an article about Halo 4 anyway. The series ended with Master Chief in stasis, floating in the wreckage of a ruined spaceship, and Cortana watching over him, waiting to awaken him when he is needed. It was a bittersweet ending, but a satisfying one. Bungie, of course, went on to close out its run, blah, 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 blah. In an interview with CV, blah, 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 blah. 343 Studios' Frank O'Connor discussed a few of the things we can expect. From those who have been worried about the change of developers will do a crafty dead, blah, blah, blah. He claims that there's a lot of changes coming for the character, both aesthetically and in the blah, blah, blah. First difference we can expect is how Master Chief looks. Blah, blah. There are some fairly radical modifications to his armor, says O'Connor. Some of those are artistic evolution, but some are connected to the story, blah, blah. We just can't talk about it yet. He's been in space for a long time, blah, blah. 7 years is the lifespan for a smart AI before it enters a state called rampancy. Cortana was getting close to the end of her natural lifespan in Halo 3, but she has been exposed to far more information than any other AI in existence. She's going to develop some muscle from that process as it contributes to her rampancy, and much more. Things get worse, blah, blah. There you go. Halo 4 details leaked. Alright, you guys can come back, those of you who muted and didn't want spoilers. The new Xbox 360 dashboard is not all about the games. And we saw a little bit of this from Nick's story about all the different content providers that are coming to the Xbox 360 dashboard. What's new? Why are you sounding on my podcast?
Social. TV.
What?
Video.
What? What?
Games.
What?
Music. Apps. Home.
Huh?
Cancel.
What?
Xbox.
Shut up! I'm not talking to Xbox.
Xbox.
What?
The Office.
What?
Season 8. Gettysburg. Xbox.
Time to get the mixer out
Fast
and mute
Furious.
Chrome. Shut up. So the new Xbox 360 is not all about games. What's new? The looks of UI is better. It's more metrofied. And that's a very good thing. With Metro and Xbox, Microsoft can elegantly pick more than content onto one screen. A horizontal menu details various categories on your Xbox: games, video, music, apps, etc. For example, the apps tab will show a Netflix tile, ESPN tile, Zoom tile, etc. Games will show tiles for games. So it's kind of looking like Windows Phone. They're taking that Windows Phone tile interface and they're bringing it to Xbox. And I think we all knew that was going to happen. All connect everything. On top of that, you can search your Xbox too with Connect. It'll do things. You'll be talking to your Xbox. We saw this at E3 as well. There's going to be a bunch of apps. We talked about the content providers that are coming. So, yeah. So this dashboard update is going to be pretty big. Thanks for the link. And don't ever link to Gizmodo again. Thanks for the link, True Nibbler. Okay, let's see if the sounds are gone. Okay. Okay. Fish Twit. EA bans forum member from all of his games for something somebody else said. Oh boy. Note to self, don't ever visit EA forums. Don't type or write anything on there. I've seen so many horror stories on Reddit. It's ridiculous. It says EA seems oddly compelled to make people angry at them. A poster on the EA forums was apparently been banned for something that somebody else said. Bizarrely, after his username was referenced in the ban-worthy post made by another poster, it was he who was subject to the might of the ban hammer. The reportedly unwarranted punishment has left Maximum Tacos with an Origin account that is both suspended and banned, meaning that he can no longer play his games in either multi or single player modes. Sounds very familiar, like a Steam ban. Please note that your account has been permanently terminated from the blah 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 blah. Even if it had been him, throwing a few callous words on the EA forum, the item that warrants removal of access to this game is ludicrous, according to the post. Now, the difference between this and Steam bans is that Steam doesn't ban you from the games for a forum ban. So EA is linking forum bans to the game, which is stupid. 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 So I'm never going to post there. I recommend you guys don't. Don't ever go to the EA forums and post anything. Now, I don't know if this includes the Battle Log forums. I hope it doesn't, because I have posted there already. And if it does, I'm going to stop posting there as well. Because if I say something like, IRNV sucks, ban. Oh, no. Why did I say IRNV sucks? Now I'm banned, and I can't play Battlefield anymore because I said IRNV sucks. No. I hate you, EA. I hate you. This is pretty terrible that somebody got banned from somebody else's post. It's just the ultimate form of just derpiness. Thanks for the story, Fish Twit. Now on to Techniffin. Everybody's got these Santa hats. Now on to Techniffin. Cube comes out December 16th. There's an update link in your post. Her? So Fishtwiz gave me an updated link. I called EA support this morning. Aaron was suspended for using vulgar language on multiple occasions, was warned repeatedly to cease such behavior. EA warned him twice on November 17th and then again on December 2nd, and finally issuing a 72-hour suspension. He was suspended for some filter malfunction for comments made by others. He was suspended for the stuff he did over the past few weeks. Huh. So apparently he didn't get banned for the other guy's post. He got banned for his language. And I kind of agree with this guy who replied. It's kind of disturbing that you can call EA support and find out why somebody else got banned. I don't know. It's a lot of information flying around. We'll wait for the final story to come out before we pass judgment. But I don't know. I still don't like the idea of banning you from a forum and having it remove all your games. You can't play them anymore. Okay. Techniffin. Cube comes out December 16th. December 16th. And I have not seen this game yet. This is the official trailer for a game called Cube. Looks very Portal-ish in terms of the tiles and blocks. Toxic Games will be the first to get an indie-funded backed game out with its abstract first-person puzzle game, Cube, to be released on December 16th. It will be available on PC on Steam, Desura, and Playism for $14.99. A Mac version will follow shortly. Cube asks players to navigate a series of puzzles by manipulating colored cubes they find in an environment, all with their own unique properties. You may have played it at our last joystick meetup, blah, 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 blah. No, I have not played or seen this game, but it's interesting that it's coming out on November, or I'm sorry, December 16th. Gran Turismo 5 being re-released as Spec 2. Gran Turismo 5. Huh. Oh boy. They're about to start milking it. Gran Turismo 5 spent an extraordinarily long time in development, and when it did finally release, Polyphony Digital was done developing it. Last month, a free software update dubbed Spec 2 release, and with it came a $20 DLC pack. Soon you'll be able to get the original game already patched to Spec 2 and a DLC in one shiny new package. Okay. Okay. I think this is the kind of stuff you should sell digitally. Because I just don't like the idea of repackaging the game with a whole different everything. You know, I can deal with Game of the Year editions. Those are okay. But I don't know, man. This is just a DLC pack with the patch. And they're going to redo new box art and everything. I don't know. I guess they're trying to make money from it again. I still haven't bought the GT5. I used to love the series, but I don't know about that, guys. I just don't see myself buying that. Now, like I said, it should be something. Digital downloads are the future, so they're going to have to consider doing something like this as a download, even for consoles. And PS3 download, space is not an issue because you can replace the hard drive fairly cheap. So, okay, thanks, Techniffin. And I think that concludes all of our stories, and it is time for Title. Yeah. Title time is when you guys provide all the titles that you come up with in your own brains, your own witty little heads. You get all the story notes and all the story titles, and you come up with a witty little concoction that you would give to me, and I'll say, hey, that'll be worthy of Game Chat with Bwana Title Time. And you'll win prizes. Let's do it. Okay, let's see. Title, Terraria Updated. What's a Terraria? Operation Retro isn't a go. NASL sniffs its way to new heights. Tribes ascends to NASL. Notch is to Jeb as Xbox update is to... Skyrim patch took an arrow to the knee. Oh, I did what you see there. Welcome to Karkand. We want backwards flying dragons. I used to fly forward, but then I took a patch to the knee. Oh no, I see what you guys are doing there. Oh man. Title, Xbox shut up. BF3 is a real knee tapper. Ooh, I get what you did there. Battlefield 3 took a knee to the arrow. What? Notch steps down from Minecraft to play with Minecraft Legos. Another brick of the wall of flesh. I'm Commander Shepard, and Tribes of Sin is my favorite esport on the battlefield. It's kind of long, but it includes everything. Dragons fly backwards to Karkand. Oh. Yeah. I used to play Skyrim, but then I took a Morrowind to the knee. Notch steps down while dragons back up. It's game, set, match for game, set, watch. Ooh, that's kind of evil, but accurate. You can play your favorite Morrowind in your Skyrim. Back to Karkand will arrive on the PC and 360 after it passes Skyrim. Xbox dashboard is about interrupting Bwana. Battlefield sells up as Notch steps down. Notch banned from Origin after punching Shepard. What? 2 GB patch give arrow to player's knees. I used to make titles, but then I took an arrow to the knee. Sorry, what? I'm still playing Skyrim. Notch used to code Minecraft, but then he took an arrow to the knee. The Elder Scrolls 5 Sky. Oh, that's no. Battlefield 3 DLC now with more arrows. Modern Warfare 3 money wasted 3. The dragons are not moonwalking; they are moon flying. Nerf, not a kid toy anymore. Title, Untitled. Okay. Woo! Let's find some candidates. I think we're gonna do 4. Let me see. Let's see here. There was one more that I saw. I'm trying to find one more. Okay. I think we're just gonna do 3. We'll do 3. Okay, we're gonna do 3 titles, guys. You guys ready? 3 titles. Here they come. All right, type in the number when he starts. Let's go. Them numbers, type them. Keep those votes coming. You can only vote only once. Vote only once. The first one will be counted. Okay, I think the votes are winding down. 10 more seconds. Poll stop. The results say number 3 wins. I used to fly forward. Then I took a patch to the knee. Blink, blink. Blink, blink. Congratulations to Nicholas. Was it Nicholas? Was that Nicholas? I gotta scroll up. Yeah, I think, yep. No, it's Mickey. Nope. Wait. I keep scrolling down. Who was it? Yep, Nicholas Fun Stuff. Congratulations. You have won title time. Go tell your family, friends, cousins, uncles, aunts. Tell them all. Call them one by one. If they got a cell phone, text them. Say, hey, guess what, everybody? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? I just won title. Because you are a winner. You don't win any prizes, but you know what you won? Bragging rights. Because bragging rights are awesome here at Game Chat with Bwana. You can just go tell your friends and family. You can stick your chest out and say, I have won title time. I demand apple pie. Your mom will go, oh, yes, you did. What was I thinking? Let me go in the kitchen and whip up some apple pie and give it to you. Here you go. Here you go, son. You Game Chat. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, mother. I am glorious. Game Chat won a title time. Accolades are something special. You should be very proud. Nicholas Fun stuff. And that's going to conclude our Game Chatness with Bwana. This episode 39 here at Bwana.tv/live, live.Bwana.tv, and at twitch.tv/Bwana. We do this every Monday night. Every Monday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And I want to thank all the viewers, all the newcomers, people who are the first time, people who've been here before. I want to welcome you back. Everybody who's watching on YouTube, thanks for watching. You guys can follow me also on Twitter at twitter.com/Bwana or at twitter.com/Bwana live if you wish to be notified when I go live. Also, if you got a twitch.tv account, just click the follow button right under my channel and you'll be notified via email when I go live. We do this, we do this every Monday night, so you guys come by around this time. We chose 6 o'clock as a kind of a compromise for the European viewers, so they don't have to stay up till 3 a.m. And I know a lot of my West Coast viewers are kind of feeling it because they're at work or it's like 3 p.m. Pacific. So, you know, maybe we will do something. We'll try to figure out something to alleviate you guys because I understand the concern. It's a valid concern. And I'm not going to overlook that. So I do like my West Coast viewers too, just like I like my European guys. All right. So this is Game Chat Bwana episode 39. And that concludes it. I want to thank you again. Please continue to support me if you have not, simply by showing up and watching. Just disable your ad blocker. You'll be supporting me just by doing that. Also, if you wish, you can join our premium package by donating $5 a month. This is completely optional. You can support me that way, and you'll get a bunch of prizes. Not prizes. You'll get a bunch of accolades like some Minecraft stuff, some forum stuff, some Team Fortress 2 stuff. Eventually you'll get a Twitch special member badge or subscriber badge whenever that comes here, and you'll get a bunch of other cool things. And you know, you'll see once it gets here, you'll stand out in the Twitch chat as a premium user. So that's just another option for you guys to support me here at Game Chat with Bwana. That concludes episode 39. I will see you all next week. Take care. Have a great day. Those of you taking finals, study, and do well in school. Take care. Bye-bye. Something. Cut!